Is it? Hi, everyone. Welcome to another installment of the Music on the Mountain compilation album that was put together after the festival was canceled this last summer. My name's Ben Wechter. I'm up on the unceded territory of the Daneza First Nations, and now known as Hudson's Hope. And I'm privileged to get to chat with Jay Myers, who performs as the Alchemist, covering one of the Grid Pickers songs, and the Grid Pickers are made up of Rachel and Mike McCarricker. How are you guys doing tonight?
Great.
Yeah,
Sweet.
doing well, thanks.
Where would we find you tonight? I read, Rachel and Mike, that you guys are from rural Saskatchewan, but I think you're in Fort St. James area nowadays. Is that right?
Yes, we are. We're north of Fort St. James, about 30 kilometers. I spoke in a different interview about trying to determine exactly the traditional territory up here. It seems that it initially was Nacosly territory, and then there's been some potential change of hands, and I'm unsure, and so are the elders are unsure of exactly which territory it is, but it's the consensus that it is Caribou territory. So
Cool. And Jay, are you over on Haida Gwaii still?
Not currently. That is where I'm living, but right now I'm visiting family in Grand Prairie, which is Treaty 8 territory.
Cool.
Yeah.
And what have you guys been doing as the live music scene slowly come back to life? Have you been playing anywhere yet?
We actually just had a Trailer Park Boys themed show at our place last weekend, which went over really well. Actually, it's kind of like first party show since the pandemic's been, since it kicked off, I guess, in 2019. And that was super fun. A good amount of people dressed up really ridiculously. Good amount of Rickies and Bubbles and Julians, and had 5 acts play out of our little shop. And it was super fun time. It was kind of surreal and unreal to experience it again. Yeah.
How about you guys, Mike and Rachel? Have you played any live shows yet?
yeah, so we've been playing the farmers market in
Nice.
Fort St. James, which has been a delight, to say the least. Everyone is so sweet and amazing in this town, and super proud to perform here and rep the town for sure.
Mm-hmm. Sweet. Yeah, I want to just get the song playing now so that I don't give it away, because Rachel and Mike don't know what song you did yet.
Oh,
Jay?
nice.
Yeah,
Perfect.
so I don't want to. I'm notorious for saying the wrong thing at the wrong time, so I think let's just hit play and get you guys' reactions to this.
Yeah, I'm
All
looking
right.
forward to it.
Nice.
Come gather round, children, sit out of the sun, for the lights have gone out and the rains have begun. The seeds that we've planted have sprouted and drowned. The sky is filled up with a terrible sound. The banks of the rivers have risen and broke. The lake's running over and heading for home. Gather your things, friends, this will be the end. The water is black, it's already in. Take all you can carry and head for the hills. Wounds that you've suffered will someday be healed. The people you've lost are all heroes to me. At home they remain, the depths of the sea. Woke up in terror, called out in the rain. And just to my horrors I only remain. The water had reached us way up on that peak. The sky opened up, started to speak. Said, do not worry, you won't die today. I said, but all I love has been swept away. She spoke again quietly and blocked out the sun. This is the curse, the deeds you have done. die. The rains will remind me of what she foretold. The curse of my ways to grow lonely and old. Folks do take warning and take the right trail. For you too will someday be judged by your tale. Vacate the shade and move back in the sun. For friends we will pay the deeds we have done.
That was great, man. Holy.
Nice. I'm glad.
Impressive.
Thanks, man. Glad you feel that way.
Well, like, you know us best, right? So like, I feel like if anybody had a chance to pick a song, I think that you got a good one. I actually suspected it could have been that one.
Yeah.
I had a guess, but that was really great. Like, wow, what a rendition. That's crazy.
Awesome.
Yeah. I'm
Thanks,
super
buddy.
impressed.
Nice. Thank
I
you.
rock the shirt.
Oh, that's great. If was there a second song that you thought I might choose?
Oh.
Sundogs.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I wanted to. Definitely that, because that's my fave. But it was kind of between Policeman Rag and that.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, obviously Reverie gave me the space to get as trippy as I wanted.
Yeah, it's
So
totally your style.
I kind of couldn't help it, yeah.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, that song was like a weird thing that I like. I got really deep into the Japan tsunami videos for a while, and like I consistently just watched all these like horrific videos of the ocean overflowing into populated areas, and so I chose to tell a tale kind of from that whole thing. And like, I don't know if anybody's ever seen any of those things, but they're pretty traumatizing, and it makes you feel kind of small on the planet, you know, like that we're just these things that are just so subject to the environment around us. And regardless of what we kind of do, it's just, we could do all the right things, and one day the lake comes and floods the house, or the ocean comes and, you know, turns town upside down. So, or the forest fires come, which is what we've been seeing. So,
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
it makes us feel small. And so that was kind of an expression of, you know, maybe there's a reason for all of this. And I don't know, I guess the rest is just left to whatever.
Yeah, for sure. That's cool to hear that came out of watching the Japanese tsunami the YouTube videos, just staying
going
up
out
till
to
2 a.m.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's so good. It's such a profound song too.
Yeah, totally.
It's always moved me a lot. Like the lyrics are so powerful and heartbreaking, and it's the way you've turned that into a story. I just love that. Yeah, those YouTube vids. If only everyone knew. But yeah.
Just for the record, I had no idea that's what it was from. And I probably personalized it way too much, but heck yeah, Jay. That was awesome.
Yeah, that was awesome. Yeah, it was a great version. I'm going to need to get a copy. I have to go to the band camp, I guess, and buy one.
Yeah, exactly. Oh man, sweet. That's such a relief. It was a hilarious process getting to that result. Because I knew when I picked the song that I wanted to do something dark and psychedelic. And so I started by mapping out the chords, and then it started with some, you know, just trying to do some minory Irish style, almost guitar chords, and then put some banjo over it. And for some reason, I got it into my head I just sung it really aggressively, and it came out sounding really Celtic punk. And I deluded myself briefly into thinking that it was good. And I came out, and like my sister and Jess had been listening to me record it, and I came out, they already had just like a solemn look on their faces, like, oh, I want to come check it out. Like, oh, dude, the Celtic punk thing, like, not gonna work. So I scrapped it, and then I ended up doing this Black Sabbath style cover. I just did super fuzzy guitars, ultra heavy, and like same like shouting, kind of more Aussie style. And Jess is like, it's cool, it's good, but honestly, you should go with the original vision of dark and psychedelic. So I finally did a third version and arrived at this, and was happy I did, because it was what I imagined in the first place. But
Nice.
but yeah, no, it was so fun. That was such a fun project, man. It was stressful in ways, but really fun. I love it. Just love that song. And and it deserved to be dark and psychedelic, because I know you guys love that shit.
All the rest. We expect the other two versions eventually here.
Oh yeah, you'll get them.
Into those other two versions, you know.
Yeah, now that you've heard the first one, you can hear those. Because I was like, oh,
Yeah.
I should just send them the Black Sabbath one, and Jess was
Yeah.
like, no, don't do that first. Because if they hear that one first, they might be iffy on your real actual final product. They
That's
might just
so,
love it too much. Yeah.
that's super funny.
Yeah, great song. I wanted to do one that included both of you, but just the way you harmonize together, I figured there's no way I can do this justice. I guess I could have done vocal layering, but
Well, just
anyways.
the way that song's a cappella too, just makes it. It's just like an open kind of canvas for you to do whatever with, anyways,
Yeah.
right?
Oh yeah,
So
it's perfect.
it was a great choice. Yeah.
Yeah, nice. So fun. Yeah, such an emotional tune. I was tearing up as I was recording it.
Oh,
For sure,
yeah,
big time.
it's pretty heavy. Yeah.
Yeah, it is heavy. It's awesome. It's so powerful.
Hmm.
And yeah, like you said, how it relates to so many current issues that we're dealing with, whether it be fire or water, and yeah, that we are so small and insignificant. Yeah, it's cool. Just looks beautiful on your land there.
Yeah, you like it?
I wish I was out there with you. Jeez whiz, I'm caged in.
Yeah, big fatty peas. We got
Oh,
some.
nice.
Yeah, all the broccoli's coming along.
Holy, the garden's looking awesome, man.
Fatty.
That's great. Super fatty. Nice. Were you gonna say something, Ben?
Well, yeah, just wondering, like, I know I asked you last time, Jay, that you'd done some recording before. Was this a new project for you, Mike and Rachel? Have you guys done home recording in that sense before?
Yeah. So we've only done home recording. We've never done studio recording. I think partially because we couldn't afford it, but having a bunch of kids and a big family, it was sort of like we couldn't just take the time away from them to record and stuff. So yeah, like every single recording we've ever made has been in our house.
Oh,
In our like the two recordings that we made, our albums before this, I think one of them was recorded at home and the other one was recorded off grid, and so we had to start a generator in order to actually record it, but then hide the generator around the corner because it was coming
yeah.
through the microphone. So yeah, it's a bit fandangling, but definitely familiar with it.
Okay, cool. And did it give you like a little glimpse into the lineup that would have been when you guys were trying to figure out which, or did you know right away, Jay, that you were going to cover the Grid Pickers when they proposed this project?
Well, as soon as I saw the list, I asked for them, and Bryn said, "Well, they might have like somebody else picked them as their number one." I was like, "Well, dude, all I gotta say is like these guys are like my best buddies, and I'll do anything if I can cover them. I understand if someone's got first dibs, but man, just know I would be really honored if I got to cover these guys." So it was nice. He was really kind by letting me do that. So sorry, whoever else. Oh, I think maybe it was even Jeremy actually. Sorry, bud.
Ooh.
Yeah. I worked some of my salesman magic there, you know. Just gave him a good spiel.
Yeah. Have you guys covered a song of a friend before? Like, I'm sure either of you guys, like, I guess Jay in this case, because he's covering your song, but is this the first time you've covered and recorded someone's song of the person you knew or like are friends with?
Yeah, so earlier in the interviews, we got Naomi Kavka and recorded one of her songs. And we've definitely done covers before, but never of people that you can base in the moment. And I think that's, you can do covers of like Hank Williams or, old ragtime songs, which we do. But it's like none of those people are alive. So you don't have to face them if it sucks, right?
Yeah.
But like with the idea of like covering Kavka, it's like she has the opportunity to listen to it and make her judgment. And I think that that's the most beautifully accountable way of like covering somebody, because you want them to like it, but you also want to put your own spin on it. And I think that's what Jay did for us as well. It's like there's no point in reproducing someone else's material to the T.
Yeah.
There is a point in reproducing somebody's material with like your own spin on it to give them a gift, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well said.
Yeah. Yeah. That must be, yeah, it's cool to see, like, seeing that Jay knows you guys so well and respects you as artists that, yeah, to send you that piece, like, I can imagine, Jay, as you played it there would be some nervousness, but also excitement to see your friends hear their version of your version of their song. So that's, yeah, this whole project, that's what I've respected about it from the outside looking in. Like, it's, the concept is pretty neat to have all these artists that know of each other, if not know each other really well, try to do their best to pay tribute to some cool songs that they like. But yeah, did this guy give you guys a sense of, like, I don't want to say purpose, but give you a musical purpose during the quiet times of COVID, to have something to work towards? Or were you guys working on recording your own projects already? Like,
I didn't really have. Oh, you go ahead.
Oh, sorry.
No worries.
No, I think that the absence of live shows and sort of collaborating with other people like really put a damper on a lot of things, because at some point you're just trying to survive, and you know that's the difference between surviving and thriving, you know, is like creating art. And I know for us that like creating art was not something that was at the forefront of our minds at that time, but I feel like we signed up for this project, of course, and I remember being really worried about being able to complete it. I know Mike specifically was worried about having the time to, you know, practice and all these things. We hadn't touched an instrument in a long time, and it sort of forced us to do that. And it's a gift, you know. I don't think we would have done it otherwise.
Yeah, and I was similar. It actually is funny because I just set up my studio with a bunch of new gear, but didn't really have any recording projects on the go. So it definitely gave me a focus and gave me a lot actually to go through that process again, and not just of recording but creating as well. Super interesting, because I've covered a couple songs of friends, but probably more just kind of emulating what they were doing is the first time I actually like really tried to put some creative input into it. And like you guys were saying earlier, it's like a gift. Especially when you cover your friends, it's like a gift. So yeah, you're really putting your heart into it. You want them to like it. So it is a little bit more stressful in that way because you do extra care, but also you know that they probably will because you're putting the care into it. But yeah, I was so grateful for that project. Yeah, it was nice. And it's been so fun watching them. I've watched every single one up to this. All the videos, all the reactions, they're so great. Super fun.
Yeah. And what do you guys have going forward? Do you have some events you're looking forward to over the next month or a couple months?
Oh, you're muted. Okay.
Got an airplane going by.
Like I said, we're playing the farmers market every Friday until it's over, and that's about it. I don't think we haven't really sought out anything beyond that. Our lives are quite full right now. But yeah, like we were looking forward to the Music on the Mountain Festival happening the third weekend of August. But of course, you know, life happens, COVID happens, and it got canceled. But that would have been the highlight for sure. But for now, we're just kind of keeping it to our home base, and yeah, nothing beyond that.
Rach got a free piano though. So I've been doing a little bit of pianoing.
Oh, damn.
Stay tuned for something maybe along those lines.
Woof. Oh, sweet. Can't wait.
Yeah, there's a ragtime piano song about to be released, you bet.
Oh, yeah, I bet there is. Fuck yeah. Awesome. Good. Yeah, and not a ton planned for me. we're gonna get our surf band members all back on the island within the next month or two. So then we gotta record this album and yeah, play some shows. We're gonna do some more little trailer park shop shows. I think it went really well last time, and yeah, I think people are ready to have live music.
Yeah.
So
sure.
stoked to do more. Hopefully, we'll see what happens with flu season and everything. Flu season, you know, just that dreaded flu could take everyone out. But you know, or the Delta variant. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, but whatever. Just try not to get too excited. Trying to be realistic about everything, but also like make hay while the sun shines. Hopefully, have another show or two in case things get crazy again. Whatever, we'll see.
Yeah.
But that's the thing, isn't it? Is that when people are in isolation and when they're feeling, you know, down, you know, whether it be due to having to self-isolate or just hide out in a hidey hole because of COVID or whatever, like everyone has been turning to music and been turning to entertainment, which is really interesting to me because, you know, before COVID, we were some of the lowest paid people on the scale of things. And it's sort of interesting to me how it sort of turned things on its head. And now entertainment in that way is valued, you know? So hopefully that continues moving forward and people can actually make a living off of what they're good at and what they've been given, you know?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I think it'll be interesting to see how people, like I know Jeremy Paul was saying how he isn't seeking out work in that way anymore. He's just waiting for people to come and ask him to play, which is, I think, the dream of every artist is to be asked to perform your work instead of, you know, trying to convince people to let you in the door. So I think, yeah, I hope we see that shift going forward, that, you know, festivals and venues start to seek out artists. And yeah, I know up where we are, we're working towards that to bring artists up just because we want them to come and play whatever style they are. So yeah, I hopefully for you guys, that's the case as well, that it's people are knocking at your door finally.
Well, I hope.
Yeah. But I think we should wrap up there. The rest of this album, there's 19 tracks in total, are going to be on the Bandcamp page, momfest.bandcamp.com. And I'd encourage anyone watching this to go and purchase the album. You can stream it there, but if you can afford it, purchase the album. And Music on the Mountain Society is going to use that money to fund more projects like this and fund the festival when it gets back up and running. And the MomFest Society would like to acknowledge the support of the BC Arts Council for making this project, or a part of this project, go forward. And yeah, thanks to all three of you guys for being involved, and just the fact that I got to talk to you has been a pleasure.
Oh, thanks, Ben.
Thank you so much, Ben.
Yeah, sure. Thanks, Ben.
Yeah, thanks, Jay. That was great, man.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks to you guys for being such good pals. So much fun. Yeah, lots of love.